Hello and welcome into another edition of Pitchcast. We're looking at match day 4 now. We've had 1, 2, 3, 4 teams are starting to get figured out. Columbus Crew right now still are unbeaten. The team drew with New York Red Bulls, defeated New England Revolution, and defeated FC Dallas. FC Cincinnati lost their opener on the road to Seattle Sounders 4-1, but then came back, got a road result against Atlanta United 1-1, and then last week completely just dismantled Portland Timbers for their first ever MLS win. It was the home opener as well. They won 3-0. All the goals were really good in that one as well. So let's talk about this. It's going to be a quick edition today because we have March Madness going on right now. The Bearcats are playing, so hopefully they'll get the dub and continue to move on in the tournament. But anyways, talking about professional soccer here. Let's get down to it. Let's see what exactly are the haps for this week. But first, a reminder, this is the Ohio Sports Gazette, a production of it, I should say, and we have you covered with everything with all the Ohio teams. Cincinnati Reds are going to be starting up, MLB coming up soon. Right now we have Bearcats and Ohio State Buckeyes in the NCAA tournament. Xavier's still alive in the NIT tournament, so plenty of action going forth. And as always, we have, Columbus Crew and FC Cincinnati for the Ohio professional sports scene. MLS, talking overall, not a whole lot going on this week. Actually, we only have about 5 matches, it looks like. We have some international call-ups that are happening. Those will affect our 2 teams here in the state of Ohio. We'll get to that in a moment. But kind of a light week here for Major League Soccer. Briefly taking a look at your Midwest March with USL matches. Pittsburgh Riverhounds on the road at Swope Park Rangers. And then Louisville City is at home taking on a newbie, Hartford Athletic. Hartford is a new club into the USL. Swope Park Rangers have been around. They're affiliated with Sporting Kansas City. They've just been in the Western Conference. They're now in the Eastern Conference. All right, so European electives. Liverpool leads the Premier League table with 76 points. They're going to be on the road, though, down in North London, taking on Tottenham Hotspur, who is in third with 61 points. So although Manchester City is in second with about 74 points, obviously Spurs is in that group with Arsenal and Manchester United and Chelsea, who are all trying to fight for those last spots for the Champions League. So obviously a big result could do well for Tottenham. Liverpool is trying to stay ahead of Manchester City. Couple in Serie A, you have Roma, 5th with 47 points. They're trying to take on Napoli, who is going to be second with 60 points. Obviously, Napoli is not quite up there with Juventus, but obviously Roma trying to make sure they get themselves into a Champions League spot. This is a big one in the capital city of Italy. And then Inter Milan with a big result last week with a win over the rival 3-2. They're in third now, 53 points. Lazio still trying to stay in it with 45 points. And then the big one in the Scottish Premiership, you have Celtic Rangers. It's the age-old classic, the everything dealing with where they are. It's the 2 top teams in Scotland. Even religion gets involved. It gets crazy over there. But Celtic first, 70 points. They're hosting. Rangers is in second with 60. If Rangers wants to try to vie for anything for the Scottish Premiership, they're going to have to go into Celtic and get some sort of results. All right, talking about FC Cincinnati here for a minute. Big home win, 3-0. Got these cool rally towels here that are in the shape of a jersey, so I put that out here instead of the scarf for today's show. Here's the deal. That was as excellent as I've seen them play all season. They played a 4-4-2, kind of negotiating more like a 4-2-2-2 type of situation. Fernando Adi did get hurt, but ultimately, oddly enough, despite his injury, Maddox came in, and that's when the team really looked really good and really took it to Portland. So we're not sure on the timetable for Adi. We'll see what happens with that. But this moving forward, I feel like Maddox and Kakuta Mine being the 2 strikers actually might be the preferred option for just how better the team played, interlocking with the runs and everything like that. However, with that said, a lot of folks are called up for international duty, including Maddox, so you're going to have kind of an interesting squad here. No Waston, no Cruz, as I mentioned, no Darren Maddox, no Alvarez Powell. So this is going to be an interesting look for FC Cincinnati coming this week in their matchup as they are going to be playing Sunday against the New England Revolution. If I was putting something out there, my guesses would be to have Richie in goal and then put Garza and Deplagne as the 2 right and left backs, and then obviously Hagelin's still there, but in replace of Waston, I think we should try out Hassan Nadam. He's a big, tall center back that we picked up, so I think he might be an interesting person to put in there. Forrest Lasso would also be good as well, but I'm interested to see how Nadam plays since he's kind of a new guy, and see how he kind of fits in. For the midfield, I think that's where you put Kenny Saif back in there, because I think he did a really good job against Atlanta. Kenny Saif, I should say, I think, and he did a really, really good job with that through ball and that assist. So I think he gets a spot there. Eula and Bertoni still in the midfield, and LeMay is still on that other side. And then up top, I think you keep Kakuna Mene. And I say you try Emmanuel Ledesma. I know a couple other the strikers are out on loan. So I think you try out Ledesma. He seemed a little kind of stagnant. Obviously hasn't played as much. So hopefully we'll see if he can do a really good job coming into possibly that striker role. We'll see how he kind of excels. All right, so Columbus Crew also missing some people. Now, Zach Steffen was called up for the United States national team, but he left, looks like with a knee injury, so I don't know if he's going to be even able to play for Columbus. So I'm assuming that it's going to be John Kempen will probably be the keeper for this one. Also, no Will Trapp, no Giassi Zardes. So Columbus Crew is going to look a little interesting for the Saturday match on the road against Philadelphia Union. So that's kind of an interesting point. This is how the lineup I think will probably be John Kempen in goal, and then Awful, Sorrell, Mensa, and then I think Hector Jimenez maybe fits in that next that other back position, left back position, because Waylon Francis is also going to be on call for Costa Rica. So I think Jimenez might fit in there. Artur and then Ricardo Clark in the absence of Will Trapp should be the 2 there in the 4-2-3-1. Then Higuain and Pedro Santos, no changes there. On the other side, Robinho probably will get the start again. Justin Merrim is out playing for the Iraqi national team, which he scored a goal, the only goal in the 1-0 victory that they had against Syria. So congrats to him on that. And then I think with the absence of Giassi Zardes, maybe head coach Caleb Porter might try out J.J. Williams. So I think that might be a kind of an interesting situation. J.J. Williams has not had any time played in a match yet, but he was a super draft pick coming from the University of Kentucky. So it'll be interesting to see how that transpires and how he plays. One thing I do want to point out, though, with FC Cincinnati, Frankie Amaya is also playing with the U20, I believe, team, either U20 or U23 team. Kind of bummed. I mean, I'm excited for him to be playing for the United States, but I'm also kind of bummed because I was really excited to see what he could maybe do fitting into one of these spots in the lineup. Obviously, if he's called up as well, he won't be there. All right, scarf selections. FC Dallas and Colorado Rapids. FC Dallas is now without their goalkeeper, Jesse Gonzalez, as he was the person that was brought in to replace the injured Zach Steffen. I think this is going to be an interesting one. Dallas played really, really well against Columbus Crew. They let them 1 goal. Gonzalez is a really good keeper. I'm interested to see what's going to happen here with Colorado, because they got those pieces with Benny Feilhaber. They have Kai Kamara, and then as always, you have Tim Howard in goal. I'm actually going to go with, this would be Colorado getting a result. I'm going to say Colorado actually gets a result here in this one. I know it's in Dallas. I know it's going to be difficult, but I think Colorado might come away with a result. New York Red Bulls getting back into action. They are hosting the Orlando City SC squad, that squad that drew last week. I think this is going to be a good one, but ultimately I think that the Red Bulls are still going to stay on the campaign for being one of the top echelon teams in the league, and I think that they are going to get the results. Philadelphia Union and Columbus Crew. It's going to be interesting because sometimes Philadelphia Union is a team that Columbus struggles with, but I think it's going to get even more interesting with the absence of Will Trapp, Giassi Zardes, and probably no Zach Steffen. With that said, I'm going to go that Columbus finds a way to win. Maybe J.J. Williams, if he gets that start, steps up. Higuain is always a key matchmaker. Philadelphia Union are a tough squad, and they're a squad that has proven that they can get results away from home, but especially at home. But I'm going to put my faith that Caleb Porter's going to get something figured out here for the Columbus Crew, and they'll get the result that they need. Los Angeles FC and Real Salt Lake. This is in Los Angeles. That club has just been too tough to beat. No one's been able to really figure them out at home, except for the fact that it was this squad right here that knocked them out of the playoffs last year, I should say. But with that said, this is not a playoff match. I think that Los Angeles FC is going to continue on doing what they do best. And then our final match is FC Cincinnati on the road against New England Revolution. This is the lone Sunday match. All those other ones were on Saturday, so those are going to be all tomorrow. This is on Sunday. This is a 4 p.m. Kickoff. The Columbus Crew one, by the way, was a 7:30 p.m. kickoff. So we have FC Cincinnati on the road. It's going to be a new look squad from what it was last Sunday due to the fact that people are being called up, which is a bummer how that happens, right? You get it figured out, things going, and then immediately you have to change it all up and see what happens. But with that said, I think FC Cincinnati, I think they're starting to click on all cylinders. I think that they are going to be able to go into Foxborough, and I think that they are going to be able to get the win. So as always, this is Set Piece Pitchcast, production of the Ohio Sports Gazette. Tune in every single week as we have a Pitchcast talking about scarf selections, talking about FC Cincinnati and Columbus Crew as always. Thank you, and enjoy the weekend of soccer.